From 2008 to 2018, the revenue, R of X, in millions of dollars per year for a corporation can be modeled by R of X is equal to 163 and 465 thousandths x to the third minus 4,520 and 34 hundredths times x squared plus 56,019 and 7 tenths x minus 207,543, where x is equal to 8 represents the year 2008. At what rate was the company's revenue changing in 2010? At what rate was the company's revenue changing in 2017? And then, was the company doing better in 2010 or in 2017? Explain your answer. Let's get started. Let's start with the first question. At what rate was the company's revenue changing in 2010? Well, in order to find that, we have to calculate the derivative, because the derivative will tell us the slope of the tangent line, or the rate at which that function is changing. So if we calculate the derivative, we're going to use the power rule multiple times. 3 times 163 and 465 thousandths is equal to 490 and 395 thousandths, and then we have x to the second, minus 2 times 4,520 and 34 hundredths is 9,040 and 68 hundredths, and then x, the exponent gets reduced from 2 to 1, and then the derivative of 56,019 and 7 tenths x is 56,019 and 7 tenths. And the derivative of our last constant is 0, so we don't need to include it. Once we have the derivative, we can substitute 10 in for our x value and evaluate it, because the revenue function evaluated at 10 will represent the rate of change that the company's revenue is having in the year 2010. So if we substitute 10 into our function and evaluate it, we will get 49,039 and 5 tenths minus 90,406 and 8 tenths plus 56,019 and 7 tenths. And when we combine these terms together, we get a revenue of 14,652 and 40 cents. And this means that the company's revenue was increasing at a rate of $14,652.40 per year in 2010. Now let's look at the second question. At what rate was the company's revenue changing in 2017? Well, in order to find the rate that the revenue was changing, we are again going to work with the derivative, or r prime of x. And we've already found that the derivative is equal to 490 and 395 thousandths times x squared minus 9,040 and 68 hundredths times x plus 56,019 and 7 tenths. Similar to answering the last question, we are going to evaluate the derivative, r prime, at 17 instead of at 10. So let's first start by substituting 17 in for our x values, and then when we evaluate these, we will get, when we evaluate 17 squared and multiply it by 490 and 395 thousandths, we end up getting 141,724 and 155 thousandths. And if we multiply 17 times 9,040 and 68 cents, or 68 hundredths, we end up getting 153,691 and 56 hundredths. And then we add on the 56,019 and 7 tenths. And when we evaluate this expression, we will end up getting 44,052 and 30 hundredths. And this means that the company's revenue was increasing at a rate of $44,052.30 per year in 2017. And now we can answer the last question. Was the company doing better in 2010 or 2017? Explain your answer. Well, we know that the rate of change for the revenue in 2010 was 14,652 and 40 hundredths, or $14,652.40. And we know that the revenue in 2017, or the rate at which the revenue was changing in 2017, is $44,052.30. So clearly, since the company's revenue was increasing at a higher rate in 2017, that's a much better year for them.